Welcome to this explainer. Before we dive in, a quick question. Are you a student struggling with proposal writing, research formatting, methodology, literature review, or APA referencing? We provide professional National Defense University proposal writing services tailored for undergraduate, postgraduate, MBA, and PhD students in Kenya. Call or WhatsApp 0726 924 245. All right, getting right into our main topic today. If any of those academic struggles sound painfully familiar to you, you are definitely not alone. Today, we're unpacking a really fascinating trend. We're looking at why the demand for professional thesis writers in Nairobi has just skyrocketed over the last few years. It's a booming sector, and honestly, the real reasons behind it might actually surprise you.
So let's start by asking kind of a counterintuitive question. Why are brilliant students struggling with their academic papers? There's this common assumption that if someone is seeking professional help, it must mean they just aren't smart enough to handle the workload. But the data tells a completely different story. We are talking about highly capable, incredibly smart individuals who are just hitting a massive wall. So what is actually causing all this friction? Let's figure it out.
Here is our roadmap for the explainer today. First, the Nairobi thesis struggle, followed by why students seek professional help, and the proposal approval hurdle. Then we'll cover polishing the final draft, navigating academic ethics, and finally, the road to graduation.
Number 1, the Nairobi thesis struggle. We really have to start by acknowledging just how wildly demanding the thesis stage of university actually is, right? It's not just another big assignment, it is a monumental undertaking. We're talking months of sustained, exhausting effort. Students have to conduct these massive literature reviews and perform highly complex data analysis. But here's the real kicker. These students do not live in some isolated academic bubble. The research clearly shows that they are juggling these heavy academic burdens with real-life constraints. They have full-time jobs. They're running businesses. They're managing families. When your time is stretched that incredibly thin, finding months of uninterrupted focus for research becomes nearly impossible. It's literally an issue of capacity, not capability.
Number 2, why seek professional help? So beyond just running out of hours in the day, there are specific, deeply entrenched academic hurdles actively pushing students toward professional writers. Modern universities are strict, like really strict. They demand rigid adherence to specific methodologies, complex citation styles like the APA rules we mentioned earlier, and formatting guidelines that can completely make your head spin. You can be a total genius in your subject area and still get completely stuck trying to format your paper perfectly. Organizing complex ideas into a highly rigid format that a grading committee will actually accept is a totally different skill set from just understanding the topic. And that is exactly where professional writers step in to bridge the gap.
What's super interesting here is the sheer variety of highly specialized fields these Nairobi thesis writers cover. They aren't just generic copywriters. They provide targeted, expert support based on exactly what a course requires. Whether you're tackling corporate and economy subjects like business and finance, social and health topics like public health, or tech and operations like IT and project management, these writers actually specialize in those exact domains. They already speak the language, they know the methodologies, and they understand the unique expectations of your specific field.
Number 3, the proposal approval hurdle.
Okay, before you can even really start writing your thesis, you have to get your research proposal approved. And man, this is often the most frustrating bottleneck in the entire academic journey. So many students face agonizing repeated rejections, usually because of a weak problem statement or a muddy conceptual framework. Skilled thesis writers help students completely bypass this nightmare by building 3 vital pillars. Step 1, formulating an airtight problem statement. Step 2, defining crystal clear objectives. And Step 3, building a rock-solid conceptual framework. By nailing these 3 elements, proposals get approved way faster, which literally saves students months of wasted time.
Number 4, polishing the final draft.
Let's say your proposal is approved and the heavy research is finally done. You can see the finish line. But the presentation still needs a ton of refining. Why does that matter? Because tiny grammar mistakes, inconsistent citations, and weird formatting errors can utterly tank your final grade, regardless of how groundbreaking your actual research is. Professional editing basically acts as your safety net. It fixes the grammar, perfectly aligns all those tricky citations, resolves tedious formatting errors, and massively improves the overall clarity. It just ensures that all your hard work is showcased perfectly.
Number 5, navigating academic ethics.
Now, I want to shift into a slightly more serious tone for a second, because this is absolutely crucial. There is a very stark line that you have to draw.
On one side, we have ethical assistance. That means seeking guidance, coaching, gaining a deeper understanding of the research process, and getting help organizing your ideas. It's a collaboration. On the other side, we have academic dishonesty. That's having someone entirely complete the work without you learning a single thing. The source material is crystal clear here. You must choose your writers carefully. Ethical assistance is not about taking shortcuts. It is entirely about finding a coach to help you navigate a really complex system. I want to just linger on this exact quote from the source material for a moment, because it really hits the nail on the head. The goal should always be to support learning while improving the quality of research work. That should be the absolute North Star for how academic support services function. It perfectly captures the balance. Elevate the final product, for sure, but you have to elevate the student's own understanding at the exact same time.
Number 6, the road to graduation. For the rapidly growing number of postgraduate students in Kenya, the ultimate goal is incredibly clear, and the path forward is structured. Step 1, seek out that proper ethical guidance we just talked about. Step 2, use that guidance to complete your research with absolute confidence, totally free from formatting anxiety and endless proposal rejections. And step 3, the big payoff, graduate on time. The data shows that with the right ethical support, students are successfully crossing that finish line every single day.
So I want to leave you with a final thought to chew on. As postgraduate enrollment just keeps growing across Kenya, thesis writing services are undeniably going to keep playing a massive role in academic success. But as this sector matures, how is the definition of academic support going to evolve? Will universities start adapting to the real-life constraints of their students? Or will professional services just become a completely standard, accepted part of the academic toolkit? It's a pretty fascinating question. Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer, and keep asking the big questions.